Big Daddy did not panic. He never did. He closed the bedroom door behind him so the house stayed quiet, grabbed his keys, and 40 minutes later he was standing in an empty hangar in the middle of the desert. The call he had just made was to a number nobody else knew existed. I once heard his name, accidentally, at a dinner I was not supposed to be part of. Elon. The dog looked up at Big Daddy, and in a thick German accent said, "You are late, Kartoffelkopf." Big Daddy blinked. The dog just talked. Elon shrugged. He has been talking for 3 years. Keep up. Behind them sat the big drill, a hybrid SpaceX monster, half rocket, half industrial drill bit, gleaming under the fluorescent lights. Elon climbed in without a word. The drill's engine roared to life with a sound like a thunderstorm choking on a chainsaw. They blasted straight down through the hangar floor. DOGE pulled up a holographic console with his paw, scrolled through 3 diagnostic screens, and announced flatly, "Your descent angle is wrong by 4 degrees, dumbcock." "How long until we reach them?" Big Daddy asked. 12 minutes, Elon said. That is when DOGE's cyberlink started pinging, a high, strange frequency, pulsing from somewhere sideways. Not Elon leaned in. "What is it?"
"I do not know," DOGE said slowly, "but it is the most beautiful thing I have ever heard." "No," Big Daddy said. No. My daughters are at the core. We do not have time for 5 minutes, Elon said, already turning the wheel. Elon, 5 minutes. The drill veered hard left. The wall of the mantle tunnel collapsed in front of them, and the drill shot through into open air. Except it was not air. They were inside a cavern the size of a stadium, hanging inside the earth like a bubble that should not exist. And at the center of it, standing on a stage made of fossilized dinosaur ribs, a man was playing an electric guitar solo that was melting the air around him. Jimi Hendrix is dead. Apparently not. All around Hendrix, impossible people were dancing. A woman with wild hair and a bottle of something strong, howling joyfully into the ceiling. Janis Joplin. A shirtless poet in a leather jacket, whispering to the shadows. Jim Morrison. Dozens more. Every one of them a legend the world had mourned decades ago. Hendrix spotted the drill. He lowered his guitar and he grinned. Well, look who finally found the frequency. He waved them in. But Hendrix pressed a glass of something glowing blue into his hand, and Joplin threw an arm around his shoulder, and Morrison started reciting a poem about shadows, and before Big Daddy knew what was happening, he was laughing so hard he was crying. Elon was in the corner. Even from the shadows, he was clearly, and I mean very clearly, doing the running man. DOGE stood stiff as a board, judging every soul in the room. "These are not gods," he muttered. "These are Kartoffelkopfe, unwashed Kartoffelkopfe. This is beneath me." He was thirsty. He lowered his head and he took one long drink. His pupils dilated to the exact size of coins. His Neuralink chip sparked a puff of pink smoke. DOGE stood up slowly, swaying. He looked across the stage, and across the stage he saw her. Her name was Foxy Lady. She was Hendrix's dog, and to the entire rest of the universe, Foxy Lady was objectively the ugliest dog ever assembled. But DOGE did not see any of that. DOGE saw a goddess, slow motion hair, angelic light, a chorus of invisible violins, cherubs. He whispered in the most broken German his cyberlink had ever produced. "Mein Gott, sie ist schön." Big Daddy opened his mouth to warn him.
"Dude, no!"
Elon raised a hand. Do not ruin this." DOGE wrote Foxy Lady a poem, in German. Morrison helped. Joplin wept. Hendrix provided a backing track. Foxy Lady drooled on DOGE's Neuralink, and DOGE announced it was the most romantic moment of his entire existence. The rescue mission, at this point, had been entirely forgotten. And then the phone rang. I do not know how it rang. I do not know which laws of physics it broke. And Hendrix, without looking, as if it happened every day, held it out to Big Daddy. Big Daddy stared at it. He picked it up. "Hello?" A tiny voice came through the line. "Hi, Dad, it's Nick Flick. Are you about to arrive?" "Baby, sweetheart, I am on my way, right now." "Okay, love you." Big Daddy looked at Elon. Elon looked at Big Daddy. DOGE,
sobering up at the speed of a meteor strike, looked slowly to his side. He looked at Foxy Lady. He really looked at her. Was habe ich getan? What have I done? Big Daddy scooped Doge under one arm. Elon was already at the drill, and they sprinted. They reached the inner core, and there, floating dark and still against the iron wall, was the dead Hendrix pod. Through the emergency red glow of the window, Big Daddy saw them. Ba gripping the armrest, trying to stay brave. Nick Flick pressed flat against the glass, waving wildly. Grandma Bete smiling her unfloppable smile, as if nothing had gone wrong at all. Grandma Bete has always been like that. Big Daddy pressed his palm to the glass. His eyes filled up. Elon fired the winch. A magnetic cable shot out of the drill, snapped onto the pod's titanium shell, and locked. Doge, squinting, sweating, still softly weeping about Foxy Lady, screamed out the thrust equation through his tears. Elon hit the burn. The drill's engines flipped into reverse, and the whole rig, drill and pod tethered together, blasted upward through the core and slammed to a halt in the middle of the basement, with a sound like 1,000 pots falling. Steam. Silence. The pod door hissed open. Nick Flick jumped out first, straight into Big Daddy's arms. Bay followed, legs shaking, and he caught her too. Grandma Bet stepped out last, smoothing her dress, as if she had just come back from the grocery store. Who is that? Big Daddy smiled. Old friend. You do not have old friends. I have one. She did not buy it, not for a second, but she let it go. Elon tipped an imaginary hat and walked backwards into the shadows of the basement until he was simply gone. Nick Flick was still wrapped around Big Daddy's neck when she spotted Doge. The little Shiba was curled up on the pod floor, half asleep, whispering something to himself in German. Nick Flick's eyes went enormous. Dad, is that a talking dog? Doge cracked one eye open. He looked at her. He tried to be dignified. He really tried. Later that night, after Grandma Bate tucked both girls into bed, Nick Flick fell asleep with Doge curled on her chest. He was snoring softly in slurred German. In his dreams, I am sorry to report, he was still whispering, Foxy? The house was full again. Everyone was home. Everyone was safe. I always know when my family is asleep.